Live. All right. You mind talking? All right, give me a second here. I have to change this to. I've got to add a different.
Discord screen share.
It could be, but unfortunately, there's no other way to do this live.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Hopefully
All right,
it's
we're in good
okay.
shape. All right, so I'll start talking now and give you as much information as I can in an hour. You can watch it back over and over and over again.
Right.
Here we go. First state
Sweet.
of the game, first stage is champ select, right? As a support, what you're looking
Yeah.
for is the team compositions. Really, everyone should do this, but you're a Lulu one trick, so it doesn't really matter what your composition is or what the enemy composition is. You're going to lock that shit in every single game. So
Yeah.
just make sure that if Lulu is banned, you either have to have a resolution to dodge to maintain your rank, or you have a
Yeah.
secondary backup. So you can decide that on your own whether you want to just dodge when you don't get Lulu, or
Yeah.
you have a backup or not. Now, once you pick Lulu, make sure that your runes and masteries are correct. We can go over that really quickly. Q times in Platinum are pretty low, so we're probably getting to a game right now. Yep. We'll do it right away, actually. Make sure that you ban someone that is impactful directly to you. So if there's a matchup that you struggle with, banning that champion is really good. If there's no matchup that you struggle with, then you can ban just the most broken champion in the game at the time, just to make sure that you don't play
Yeah.
against that. Let's talk about runes and masteries really quickly. It's going to be Summon Airy as your keystone. Celerity. Scorch is okay, but if you're against a lane with sustain, take either Water Walking or Gathering Storm. Scorch is completely
Okay.
useless against lanes with sustain. So if they're playing Soraka or Nami, then obviously you don't want Scorch because they're just going to heal that right back up.
Okay, so normally I would ban like Aurelia or something. Who would I ban?
Yeah, you can go ahead and ban
Morg?
Aurelia. You can ban Morg as well. If you struggle with Morg, then you can ban Morgana.
Oh, I don't tend to struggle with Morg, to be fair. Oh, this is so laggy. Please go.
Oh, it is pretty laggy. Okay, go to Discord really quickly. Click on the screen share button.
Shit.
Stop sharing, and then reshare it and see if you can do it at a lower quality. Because I know
Oh
what's going on.
shit! And then fucking Olaf.
You can do it at 480.
Yeah, I'm about to do that. Frame rate 30. Okay.
All right.
Is that too laggy or it's too shit?
No, I mean I can see it's League, so I could
Yeah.
know what's happening with my eyes closed. Okay,
Okay, that
so
that feels a bit smoother.
they're playing Kaisa, so they are very strong. It's going to be a hard game just off of that. You have a Jin 80 carry, so you have Summon Airy, Mana Flow Band, Celerity Scorch. If they pick a healing support, you want to change that Scorch off. Probably, I would pick up Water Walking just because of the Scuttle meta.
Yeah.
If they support someone really aggressive, then you can take Bone Plating and Chrysalis, which is the combo. Don't take Revitalize if you're going to go Resolve.
Okay.
If they don't have a heavy damage support, then you want to go Inspiration, and it's going to be Cosmic Insight and either Magical Footwear or Biscuits, depending on what support they pick. Bot lane right now is completely determined by the support matchup, but Kaisa, being the strongest champion in the game right now, she does quite a bit on her own as well in the lane phase.
Yep.
Ignite is pretty good. I would almost never take anything else. The only time I would not take Ignite
Thresh.
is...
So it's not a lane bully.
So not a lane bully, so you can definitely go Resolve though,
Yep.
just in case
Yep.
you have an all-in. Bone Plate Chrysalis, perfect. It's a Scorch. Scorch works well because they have no
Yep.
sustain, and so this is perfect.
Yep.
So now you're in good shape.
Sweet,
Ignite
sweet.
is good. In this matchup, I would probably
Oh.
go. I would probably go Exhaust, and the reason why is if
Kaiser.
you,
Yeah.
it's Kaisa, for one thing, and also Jin is not the champion that you're gonna all in enemies with, right? He's gonna slowly wither them down with his movement speed. If you have an all in champion like Ezreal or like someone that's gonna go in really hard, then you want to take up Ignite. But Exhaust here is fine. The only issue is you can't ever really fight them 2-on-2 unless you poke them
Yeah.
down a lot in the first place. So Ignite's not gonna do you any
Okay.
good.
I'm
That's the
sort of
key.
used to that combo. I used to go exhaust all the time, and I used to polyvane and then
Well, most of the time right
Exhaust.
now you do take ignite, but just because of the specific matchup,
Yeah.
the exhaust here is better. So they have,
Oh, I'm
looking
getting
at the team
nervous. Oh, I'm
compositions, you
getting
should
nervous.
already start forming a game plan. So looking at the enemy composition, you have an enemy Darius who you probably need to polymorph as he runs into your team, a Skarner who you probably have to try and keep away as long as possible. Might have to build a QSS at some point too, just in case.
Do you know how I get rid of this real
Yeah,
quick? Because
hold shift and press the tilde button next to your 1 key.
and press what?
The little squiggly line next to your 1 key. Press those at the same time and that will go away.
It's
It's not working?
I think you're talking about an American keyboard, aren't you?
Oh,
Shit,
possibly. That's it. It's the. Do you not have that key?
I don't know. Shit.
This is a new issue I've never come across before. So you don't have that key anywhere on your keyboard?
Wait, squiggly line or the plus?
The squiggly line.
I'm just looking. Sorry about. Oh shit. Let me just get in this brush.
The game doesn't start for a minute and a half, so you have some time to look across your keyboard.
Wait, I swear I found it, but it's not working.
Hold shift and press the button. Oh wait, there's a fight going on.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shift.
I
I see the squiggly line, but it's not working.
Hold the function key maybe, and then press shift and the squiggly line. Let's see here.
Oh, shit, man.
Oh!
It was the comma.
Oh, it was the comma. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Alright, anyway, we fixed it. It's all good. Alright, so now your jungler is starting blue, so you got a leash. Leave the buff at around, like 6 seconds after you start it, so you can get to lane before you miss XP. Just don't overstay. It's the most basic mistake you can make. You have E first, which is good. You have to watch for the Thresh level 1 all-in, as well as the Thresh level 2 all-in. If you can get to lane quickly, after the force shot, just leave. After the force shot, just leave. Leave. Go, go, go. So now you want to start.
Him on accident, man.
You want to start
I meant to
attacking the
shield.
minions as fast as you can, to try and hit level 2 before the enemy. Otherwise, Thresh is gonna all-in you with that ignite.
Okay.
So start auto-attacking the minions that are not gonna die in the back. Exactly. The full health minions usually, so that your AD carry doesn't miss. Also, watch for the Thresh level 1 all-in. It's possible, but unlikely.
This is a little laggy, to be honest.
Is it playable or not?
Yeah, it's playable.
Okay.
I think.
Don't focus on auto-attacking them quite yet. Just make sure you get lane control first by auto-attacking the minions. Yeah, you always want to auto-attack the highest HP minions when you're pushing in a wave. So you're going to hit level 2 here. You can try and pressure them off, but your Jhin is not doing it with you. Stay on the same line as your Jhin. So don't go too far forward and don't go too far back. Just stay on the same line. Imagine like a straight line moving forward and backwards with
Can I ward here? Can I ward here?
This
I'd normally
there's
ward
no
here.
reason to.
Oh shit.
Because they're bot lane leashed, right? So that means their jungler's not going to be there. Your AD carry is going somewhere. Go follow your AD carry.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you don't have to be in lane alone to get XP. You always want to stick to your AD carry as much as possible. You can start. You don't have complete wave pressure yet, so he's trying to all in.
Shit.
You can fight this. Just kite back slowly.
I'm a little lucky. That's why I'm like a little tense on it.
It's all good. It's all good.
I used the pot then. Was that?
Yep, that's fine. Yeah, you have 3 pots, so you want to pot when you hit half HP. Half or 60% is generally where you pot. It's so good. So far so good. The Thresh is getting poked out, which is how you want to play this. Jhin has wave pressure. See how you're pushing in the waves, so you're already like feeling pretty good. Don't step too far back though. See how you're way too far back? Stay on the same line as your Jhin. That's good. Don't spam abilities too hard because you don't have any way to get back mana besides your. So at this point, you actually want to conserve mana. So don't use any abilities. Just stick to auto attacking until you hit about half your mana pull back. You're still playing too far back. You want to stay on the same line as your AD carry. Yeah.
Yep.
So imagine a straight line going down the middle of your screen. You got to stay on that same. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Like right there. and just follow him around.
This is a little laggy, so I probably won't play my best.
That's fine. When you back, I can fix it for you. I know how.
Yeah.
You're playing on Windows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
what?
You Windows computer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we can fix it on your first back. So don't worry about it. I know how. So at this point, your Jin's playing a little far back, so you're gonna copy him, and the wave's gonna start pushing towards you. So you want to make sure the number one concern right now is getting hooked, because if you get hooked into that wave, you instantly die.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you stay super far back with your Jin. Let him farm from really far away. Once this wave kills these two minions, you don't want to step up at all here. You want to back off completely, because this is your most vulnerable state. Now the wave's gonna come towards the tower. It's gonna crash. So now your Jin can farm, and the enemy bot lane has 0 pressure now. So it is Kai'Sa Thresh, so they're stronger in laning phase than you are, and you do not want to let Kai'Sa get ahead, or they just win the game. So going even right now is perfectly fine. Like you don't have to worry about like pressuring them out. One of the biggest mistakes that you can make as a support is feeling the pressure to win lane. You want to wait for them to make a mistake. If they don't make a mistake, which they haven't made any major mistakes quite yet, then
See, I was tempted to roam then. Is that bad?
No, you don't want to roam. You don't want to roam. There's no point.
Yeah.
You don't have wave pressure. And now your carry's moving, so now you can go. Oh, and he decides not to go, so you follow him around. You roam when you have complete wave control. You do not have wave control at this point, so you don't want to worry about it. That's good. You poke out the Thresh. He's way too far up. The exhaust was a bit too early considering the Thresh is really low. Just back out. He's dead. Run to the Jarvan. Run to the Jarvan. Go to the Jarvan side. That's good. Kite back. Now keep hitting the Skarner. Your abilities are coming up in 1 second. Fight whoever the Jarvan's fighting. That works. You can flash. Jarvan's in the back. You got hooked in.
Did I do that bad then?
Yeah, you should have followed the Jarvan rather than trying to get the Skarner on your own. But that was fine.
I was like protecting Jin.
So the exhaust there, that early exhaust on Kai'Sa is what cost you that fight.
Okay.
But that's fine. Ping the Skarner's flash because they used it. I didn't see what else the enemy used. That's good. So your jungler died and Skarner just died to your mid laner, so 1 for 1 so far. So you're still in good shape. But now you have no summoners.
Wait, is she alone? Is she alone?
You can't know. There's no way to know. There's no way to know. And even if there was a way to know, you couldn't all in her through that mini wave anyway. Yep. So now this wave is frozen, right? And so your Jin is just trying to make them miss as much CS as he can. Just chill. I don't know why he did all that work to freeze it and just cleared the wave. Probably because he's backing. You have to back with him. You have to back. You have to back. You follow your AD carry. It's you're like 2 parts of a couple. Like a boyfriend and a girlfriend.
I would have stayed then, because
pick up a boots and then Frostfang, and you can pick up another health pot if you want.
And oh shit,
it doesn't matter. You already have 2, so yeah.
Okay,
so
how do I sort this shit out?
You're like a boyfriend and a girlfriend. Oh yeah, go.
How do I sort this one?
Yeah, open task manager. Open task manager.
I'm probably gonna fuck my line up. Oh shit, I'm overextended. Ah!
You're good. Just sit under tower and you can fix it now.
Okay.
Because there's no one in lane anyway. Yeah, go to task manager, which you can open up by Control Shift Escape. Go to details, and then look for it's sorted by alphabetical order. So look for League of Legends, .exe.
Yep.
Yep. And then click League of Legends.exe. The blue one. There you go.
One?
No, the one right on top of it. The one right on top. Yeah. Right click it. Set priority. High.
Yeah.
High. There you go. Change priority. And yeah, that should fix it. Perfect. All right, now you go back to laning. The wave is pushed up.
It feels a little bit smoother.
Yep.
A little bit laggy.
But that'll make it better. Always sit inside the mini wave against Thresh so you don't get hooked. But the wave is pushing towards you, so don't position too far up, because if he ever moves up and flays you, you just die. It's all about the wave. Bot lane is all about the wave. If you have wave pressure, you can move up. If you don't have wave pressure, you have to back off. So this wave is pushing towards you, so you gotta back off as much as you can here. You get hooked by that hook right there, you just die. You have no summoners too, so it's not like you can flash out. All right, I'm just making a note in the recording to talk to you about CSing under tower and camera control. So this is for me.
Yeah, my camera control, I don't move it.
You literally just leave it unlocked, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine for now. Don't worry about it too much. All right, so don't burn shield like that. Especially if the nerf comes through on the PvE. If you burn shield like that, it's really bad.
Oh yeah.
Make sure that he's about to get hit by something before you use it. So now this wave is equal. 6 minions on both sides. So depending on how you and Jin play this, so Thresh is moving up, so you back off. Skarner is in the river. He's right at the Scuttle Crab area, so you cannot go aggressive. You have no jungle pressure right now. Your jungler's top lane, so you have to completely concede lane here. So sit a little bit farther back. And just chill, because you know your jungler just made a play top lane.
He's not got flash though.
It doesn't matter. You just your jungler made a play top side, so you completely concede the lane bot lane. That way you don't give up an advantage that you just gained.
I feel like I need to poke more. I'm not gonna.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not in this lane. Not in this lane. Polymorph the Kaisa. Polymorph the Kaisa. Good. Now just back off. Exhaustive. Just run. Just run. Just run. Just run. You can't win this. You can't win this. Yeah, there's no way you win that. So you just want to like always play as defensively as you can, because there's no way you have enough damage to kill them. Not with that matchup.
Oh.
So basically, getting in trade
J4,
damage is
J4.
perfect. J4 is here. Oh,
Yeah,
oh, Thresh is dead. He's gone. Nice. Oh, good slow, good slow. Oh, the Thresh W. Oh,
Hey.
I mean, Jing W. Double kill. Very well. All right, now you want to shove this wave as fast as you can. Move towards the Skarner. Ping help for the Jin. And
Hey, he's got R shit.
he might have Arya. You
I
want to
assume
get
he's got
dragged.
R.
All right, now they're both dead, so you want to push this
Okay.
wave into tower. Oh, Gragas is here.
I'm leaving.
That guy just got murdered. All right, get out of here. So
I'm
you
not
see how that
warding. I know
see
my
how that-
ward a lot more.
you don't have to, because I know exactly where the jungler is, and I'm telling you where he is. So why do you need to ward for someone where you know?
Do I get boots or do I build into redemption?
I would pick up the boots of mobility just so you can dodge the thresh hook,
Because of yeah, that's what I was thinking.
and then I would start building towards redemption now. Ardent, you don't want Ardent with Jin, remember? That's gonna do jack all for you.
Shit. My bad.
That's fine. Fairy charms don't cost anything. They're 125 each. And I think, do the fairy charms build into Forbidden Idol? They do.
Yeah.
So you can build redemption anyway. So now Jin is AFK in base for whatever reason. So you wanna capture this portal and start heading towards mid lane.
Yep.
Oh, he reconnected.
Oh, shit.
So don't sap XP.
Can't
Just
ward
be
yet?
just sit around here. No, don't ward. We just know where the Skarner is. Warding is to figure out where the enemy is. If you can see them, there's 0 point. He might flash R you. When a Skarner moves at you, always assume he's gonna flash R. So be ready to flash away. The moment you see their flash, you flash. Okay.
Yep.
You can flash the Skarner ult if you're ready for it. It's a bit of a timing thing. You don't want to sap her XP here though. You want to be around this area, but now start heading towards bot lane. Start running towards bot lane. Run towards bot lane.
Oh yeah, shit.
And now you have Moby boots, so you're gonna get there in time. Don't run through the river. Run upwards through the jungle. Yeah.
How come?
Because just in case you have no vision. What the hell
Oh
is that
shit,
teleport?
he's dead.
Yeah. Or maybe the teleport's coming in. Oh, nice.
Oh my God.
That's a double kill. Now help them shove out the wave. Now the reason you run through the jungle, you either go through the bot side jungle or you go through the top side jungle, is because if someone is waiting in the river, you die. Watch the ult. He can ult you into the barrel. Don't get ult into the barrel. All right, be ready to ultimate the crocodile. Good. You have E coming up in 0 seconds. You can use it. There's a teleport coming in on the bot side. So just run upwards with the Jin. Run upwards with the Jin. Run up with the Jin. Just abandon the crocodile. You're outnumbered here. Katarina's moving down. Just keep running.
Yep, see.
Stay with the Jin. Yeah, run away
Stay
from
with
him.
the Jhin.
You flash away. Nice flash.
Yep.
Keep running away. Now the Katarina's fighting. This might be a lost fight. I don't think Katarina has enough damage to deal with these guys. Be close by for the Katarina to E away. Oh, he's all in. Oh, he's fucking done.
Oh shit.
Just run. Jarvan played top side, and so that's on him, not on you guys.
Okay.
That's good though.
See, by 13 minutes, I'd normally have like a lot more assists, but I think that's because I play a lot more aggressively.
Yeah, you don't want to force. If you want, basically, there's something called the high elo play style. That's where you wait for the enemy to make mistakes, and then you punish it. You gain small advantages slowly, right? And that's how high elo players play. The thing is when you what most likely happen is in your other games, you play so aggressively, the enemy misplays, and then you win. But you don't want to play like that because if they don't misplay and you play aggressively and you lose, you just lost the game.
I can't do anything about that, can I?
No, you can't. Well, Jhin is coming up, so you got to stay bot lane anyway.
Yep.
So here you just wait and just the Gragas was very low, so you want to help him shove out this wave as fast as you possibly can. So hit the back line. Auto attack the highest level creep. Yeah, so basically the key here is to play conservatively and wait for the enemy to make mistakes. But against a Kai'Sa Thresh lane, we went 0-0 and won, right? Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
We could either be 0-0 and like 3 or 4, or we could be 0-3 and, you know, you don't want to do that. You don't want to play like that.
Yeah. See, I only have 3 vision score, which is normally I have like easily the most on the team.
Yeah, vision score doesn't mean anything if you're placing wards that don't do anything. All right, keep sitting on the same line. There's a pink ward on the top side, so you want to push in this way as fast as you can and leave because you have 0 pressure. Skarner is showed top. Skarner showed top, so you're fine.
Now I normally rotate mid.
Yeah, that's fine. You want to bring your Jhin with you though. Bring your Jhin with you. Ping help on the Jhin. It's all about communication here. All right, you want to polymorph the Gragas?
Yeah.
You want to throw the polymorph just in case. It's a good habit to get you. There, wait, go to your Jhin, your Jhin. Stick to your Jhin now. Stick to your Jhin. So you just got to kill, right?
I would have polyed that anyway. Yeah, I would have polyed that anyway. Like the Gragas.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, control ward? Can we get... No.
No. There's no vision control.
Oh,
Skarner, show me. Skarner, show me. You can go.
Okay.
You can clear it. Yep. Because you can see them on the map. Now you can take it just for free. Your W gives you attack speed.
J4. So I'm going J4.
Yeah, go to J4. Go to J4 and ping the Jhin for help. Ping the Jhin for help.
Skarner has ult, so I don't want to go now.
He has no flash though. Remember, he flashed at you.
Yeah. Oh.
Go to top side. Actually, go to top side.
Yeah.
The reason why is if there's 2 people going for that Jhin, you can't fight them anyway. But if you can help your teammates fight, because Jhin is an AD carry, and after the patch, AD carries are weak as fuck. So you want to stick to your AD carry and make him not die. But if it's your choice between fighting with your AD carry and fighting with someone else, you generally want to fight with someone else just because your AD carry is weak as fuck. Now don't back here. Your team is not backing. You want to back at the same time as your team. Make sure that your back timers are synced. Now he's backing, so now you back. Make sure your back timer is synced with your team so that you get out of the base at the same time. And you have your items spent already. Okay, this is good. You can switch to sweeper here. That's good. Alright. Now, what's the next objective? Always look to see what's the next objective. We hit mid-game now. Early game is... Laning phase is over. The mid-tower's up. Is Rift Herald or Dragon up? No. Gragas just died. You want to keep pushing forward. Stay with your Jhin now. Make sure he doesn't die. Kai'Sa's in the bot lane. Just stick to your Jhin. Now, what's the next objective to come up? Rift Herald, Dragon, Baron. What's the next objective? Look at your tab screen. And on the top?
Baron.
Baron is the next objective. So you want vision control of the top side. So go to top side right now and place down wards in their jungle. Forward wards. Your team just got a kill. So you can take this opportunity to get a ward right there. Do you see that missing ping? Put a ward in that bush right there. Now go back to your team. Go back to your team. Go back to your team. Stick to your Jhin now. You got a ward down. That's good. Now, you see how your topside jungle is dark? You want to place 1 ward in there too? Just 1 ward in the entrance to your jungle. Yeah, your topside jungle. On the top. Place a ward at the entrance to the raptors. At the entrance to the raptors, right in front of the raptors. Right there. Place a ward right there. Yep. Now, they can't get into your jungle without you seeing it now. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Stay on the same line as your AD carry. Always.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Now you got kicked out of the fight.
Yeah, shit.
Renekton's coming in from the top side. Gragas has no barrel. Make sure that Gragas is bread and butter combo. He places a Q down, ults you into it. So make sure that when he places a Q down, you're respecting it. Polymorph was good. Now he can't grab anyone. You poke him a little bit. That's fine. He's very tanky though. Renekton's on the side. You can engage on this. And they disengage with Lantern. So now you follow your Jhin and turn on your sweeper here. Turn on your sweeper.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Good.
Well, I was going to go through here.
Now, they're all mid lane. They're all mid lane. So now you have to go mid. And you have to make sure that they don't siege down the mid tower. Your Jhin is alone bot lane, but you can't do anything about it because they set all their people mid lane.
Yep.
make sure that when a fight happens, you don't exhaust the tank. Exhaust the damage dealer.
Yep.
That's a big mistake support players make. They'll exhaust the guy in front of them rather than the damage dealer. Your Katarina doesn't have a lot of wave clear, so you have to help her out. You have to like queue the wave and stuff just to thin it out so they don't take this tower. Jarvan's in the back.
He has R though, so should I do that?
You have flash, so if that Gragas throws R at you, you have to flash it. They engaged. Good.
Yep, see.
Don't use everything at once. Keep a couple cooldowns. Your exhaust the Darius. Good. Your polymorph is coming up in 6 seconds. You have E. You have E shield. And E. Don't give them 5 stacks. Flash away. Good. Your polymorph in 1 second. Renekton's in the back.
Oh shit.
Just keep running. Just keep running. Just keep running. You have Q. You have Q up. Your shield comes up in.
Oh my god.
Gragas.
Lol.
Yeah, that wasn't on you at all. That was just your team misplaying the fight. It was too forced. All right, now you have redemption. The next fight should go better than that. Oh, Jin got the Gragas. That was good.
Hey.
Yeah, the Jarvan forced too hard. You polymorphed. I'm not entirely sure who you polymorphed, but you should have. Yeah, you needed to polymorph it a little bit later. You did it too early, and you want to polymorph him right as he's about to get his combo off, so that his combo gets disrupted. When you polymorph him at the beginning like that, then you can't punish it at all.
Yep.
Generally, the pattern is you like half health the guy and then polymorph him so that he can't do anything, and then kill him while he's in polymorph. So the Baron is up as the next objective. Place off one more forward ward in the bush.
Which? Oh, okay, this one.
Yeah, in that one, yeah. And then back and refresh your wards. And then run straight top lane and stick to your gen now. When the enemies are missing on the map, you want to stick to your AD carry. And then when the enemies are known on the map, you want to match the enemy. So he just backed. So now the next available target for you to stick to is your Katarina. You never want to be alone. Supports are useless when alone.
Oh. See, I was gonna go to Renekton because
no, he's a split pusher. He's a split pusher. You don't want him. Okay. You don't want to see multiple people there. So now you stick to your Katarina. You have complete vision control of this Baron side. You can maybe get a pick on this top side. You're gonna run up there. Don't polymorph him quite yet. Oh, it's a bit too early, but it's okay. Remember what I said? Wait for him to get his right as he's about to get his combo off. So just like wait a second and a half there to polymorph. Renekton got a tower bot lane. Now push forward on sweep out the Baron. Sweep out the Baron.
Can I sweep Baron? I don't know
what
anyone is.
Yeah, your Jarvan's right next to you, bro.
Okay.
So you sweep this out, kill the wards. Your Jin's in a bit of trouble from the Gragas. That's some good positioning from you, but you're positioned just a little too far back. You want your movement pattern is good, but you want to do it. Oh, very nice, very nice. Shield him, shield him, shield him. Shield was a bit late there. It was good though. Katarina's farming top. Your Renekton died because he's bad. Doesn't matter. Jarvan is going in. Just back him up.
Oh, I missed my W. My bad.
It's all good.
Ain't click it.
Darius might have flash. Always play as if the enemy has flash unless you know otherwise.
Yep.
So you don't want to go into flash pull range, which you were in right there. Oh no! Just back off, back off, back off, back off. That guy fucked up. If he dies, it's on him. He's good, he's good, he's good. He gets up. Keep sticking to your Jin here. Just follow your Jin around. And now he's backing? Back too. There you go. How much gold do you have?
746.
So now you want to start building towards your Ardent.
Yeah.
Now, if you were really ahead, I would build Shirelia's. Refill, you can build, yeah, that's fine. If you were really ahead, I'd go Shirelia's. But you're not ahead, so you don't build Shirelia's. Shirelia's is like a win more item.
Yep.
Now that Gragas can one-shot you, so you have to stay out of his E range. Don't stick
I
to your
should be
Renekton here.
staying.
Stick to your Jhin. Yep. Renekton can handle himself, but Jhin cannot.
See, I'd tend to go to like J4 now, just because I feel like he's going towards the phone.
I mean, he could be, but that's not your problem. Him being in the wrong spot doesn't mean you have to fix it. If as long as you're in the right spot, you're in good shape.
Oh, I need to stop doing that because it's going to be 2.5 seconds.
That's right. So now you just chill. You wait for them to make a mistake because you're playing from behind at this point. You're waiting for them to make a mistake for your Katarina to be able to pop off. Never be the front line. As Lulu, you'd never want to be the guy in front. See how for a split second there you were in the front? Make sure that never happens.
Yeah.
You never want to be the guy in the front. Unless your Jhin is in the front and you have to frontline for him. Then that's your only scenario. Watch the barrel. Make sure he doesn't ult you into it. Nice. So now that's one ult down. Your team's fighting. Run towards there. Now your Katarina is going to be your target in this fight. Make sure that you protect your Katarina. Katarina is the key here. Now that's one. Thresh is down. Don't chase. Don't chase. Keep next to your team. Do whatever they do. That's 2. Double kill. Good. That's 2 for 1. So now follow your Jhin. Start your sweeper. Start your sweeper. Sweeper makes it so that the vision that they have is ineffective. Don't frontline. No. You don't do this. Imagine they're in that bush. You just died. No, you can't do that. There's no vision. They could be anywhere.
Yep.
And their rest of the team was full HP. It's not like they're low. So now you follow your team around. Just chill. Wait. Now follow your team. Now that you're next to your Jhin, you can place wards down.
Oh, my bad.
That's fine. He had flash there, and he would kill you no matter what. That's worth it. That's so good. That's so good. Wait, this game is now super winnable. Okay, that's really good.
My idea there was I was trying to save the Katarina because she was like sandwiched.
Oh no! So when
two
Gragas
people.
has flash and you don't have ultimate, there's nothing you can do. He's gonna kill you. So that
So
death is...
don't save Cat or what?
No, that was fine because you traded your life for Cat's,
Yeah.
so that's worth it.
Okay.
He couldn't kill you without flash, so that trade is perfectly fine. That wasn't a mistake. Now, say he didn't have flash and you walked up to the guy and he killed you, then you're trolling. Okay, now you don't have Arctic White yet. Now, remember how I said focus the Katarina in that fight, and you did? The reason why is Jhin is not the carry of your team quite yet. How many times has he died? One. So that's like because you've been protecting him. So that's the goal. You protect the guy. But you don't want in fights, you're not protecting the guy anymore. You're trying to get your damage dealer to do the most damage. So who's your damage dealer right now? Katarina. That's the guy who carries these fights right now. Don't walk through here. Gragas is there. He has no... You might have to flash if the flash flashes. You're good. Stick to your Katarina now. Your Katarina is the carry.
Yeah.
Just follow Katarina around. That guy is who wins you these fights. Turn your sweeper on. Turn your sweeper on. Focus Katarina. Focus Katarina. Katarina. No, Katarina. You're on the wrong side of the fight, bro.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were saying focus Kaiser.
It worked out. So you guys get Baron here. So now your job, don't place Redemption down. Don't place Redemption down. So no, just sit there. Sit at the entrance. Sit there. Sit right here. Press S. No. Sit at the entrance. Just sit at the entrance.
Here?
Yeah.
Which
Anywhere.
means- oh, okay.
Anywhere. Just not at the Baron pit. You want to make sure that they don't get into the pit.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Right here. Because you don't do any damage to Baron anyway. So your goal is to make sure they don't get into the Baron pit. When I said entrance, I meant more like near their blue buff, but that's fine too.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so now follow the Jhin around. If he backs, you back. If he doesn't back, you don't back. Follow him around. Support is a lot like playing RPG. It's like playing healer in an RPG. It's like you just switch targets. No, he's not backing, so you don't back. He's not backing, so you don't back. You back at the same time. There you go. It's a good habit to get into. There it wouldn't have mattered, but... All right, so now your next item is going to be... After Ardent, it's going to be probably with your Shirelias, with your team comp. Locket got nerfed really hard. So it's like...
Yeah.
It's an item you build later in the game. But Shirelias is pretty decent. Shirelias got nerfed pretty hard too, but it's just really good with your team composition. So now you stick to your Jhin until a fight happens, and then you stick to your cat. It's like target. You have target priority, but instead of the enemy team, it's your own team. So Dragon is the next objective. Sweep it now. Make sure they have no vision on this area. There's one. Move forward. Good ward. Now, stick to your Jin constantly. He's sitting here waiting, so you sit here and wait. Alright, start it up. Shield him up. Get used to pressing W and E on your carry at the same time, because they synergize with each other, your two abilities. Okay, good. Now you still stick to your Jin. You're too far up. Just stick right next to your Jin. Literally just hug him. That's good. Now, the time to put redemption down in a fight is not when the fight starts, but about 3 seconds after the fight starts, okay? Then put your redemption down. The target of the redemption...
I'd be tempted to go with him now, J4.
No. On your Jin. Just stick to your guy. And don't burn W like that either. Polymorph is your strongest ability in team fights.
Yeah. How the fuck did I not get in then? Okay, I put it on a mini.
The only time that you want to use W on your own champion is when you have a Kog'Maw or a Kai'Sa. A Ginsu's AD carry. Otherwise, never use your W on your own champion. Always use it as a polymorph. Unless you have one of those two characters. Or Varus, because he builds Ginsu's too. Someone with Ginsu's, you press W on them. If they don't have Ginsu's, don't press W.
Yep.
Ignore your team completely. Just stick with your Jin. Then the fight breaks out, then you stick to your cat. That's how it goes. Don't be the front line. Alright, we're good. Stick right next to your Jin. Good shape. Stop pressing W on your own characters. There's no one on your team that you need to press W on your team. So save it for the polymorph. Your polymorph targets are...
I feel like it's because I'm used to Ardent all the time. I always proc it.
Yeah, you don't want to. Ardent got nerfed anyway, so it's not like it's that big of a deal anyway. So Renekton's pushing in the top side, so you guys just chill. You just follow this guy. Sweep. There you go. Perfect. Follow the Jin around. Make sure you don't path separately to the Jin. When I say follow the Jin around, make sure you're next to him. But the moment an AoE character shows up, like a Gragas, split up. When I say split up, I mean like...
Spread out.
Yeah, spread out just a little bit. Not too far where you can't help him, but not to the same point where you both get hit. Charter's in the back. Be careful.
Yep.
Follow the Jin. No. Oh, no. If Skarner had flash there, you just lost the game off that pathing right there. You have to stay next to your Jin.
Okay. Even now?
No. Now he's being a dumbass. Now you stick to the cat. It's like cat Jin, Jin cat, cat Jin. If one of them is being a dumbass, switch the other guy. Stop pressing W on your own targets.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, dude. I feel like pressing it again. So can I not press it? Can it?
No, it doesn't do anything. It gives him AD. That's all it does.
Oh,
you did it again.
Yeah, sorry. It's a habit, dude.
The only time you want to do it is when they're low HP and you're chasing them. Then you want to press it because it gives them movement speed.
Should I go to J4? Okay,
No. You just stick next to your Jin.
Should I not use W now?
Oh, ultim.
Oh
no.
Shit. I feel like I pressed it, but obviously not.
You pressed it on your own character. There. If you polymorphed the Gragas, you wouldn't have died.
I did poly him, but the...
Oh, did it really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah, the ultimate there was
it wasn't quick enough.
He might flash, careful.
Yeah.
That's fine. They can take one tower at most here. You don't want to fight though. This is a 4v5. Like Gragas used everything, but he's still a character, so you just want to chill. Yeah, that's one way you can press W. Is like when you're running away or chasing. But if you're in a fight, you do not press W. Or if you're just poking, you don't press W. If you're running away or chasing them, then W is okay. But even then, it's kind of hard because then your polymorph's not up. Now everyone's up. You can start sweeping. Sweep your own jungle here. See if they have any vision. Move forward with your team. Your Katarina, Renekton are in mid lane, so if you fight here, you lose. So you have to keep following your Jin, but if you want, you have to follow the Jin. You have to. But if you want him to come somewhere, you have to ping him over and over again, and then you like kind of lead him like a lamb. That's like what support really is. It's just you're the shepherd. of your whole team.
Oh, see, I've left him again. Was that okay to leave him then because he was?
It's
playing?
okay because you know where the enemies are, but if you don't know where the enemies are, no, it's not.
Not of wards.
You have Redemption, Ardent up soon. Now your Renekton's backing, so you should time your back with your Jhin. As soon as the Jhin backs, you want to... Renekton has teleport, that's why he's backing. Alright, this is going to be the last fight of the game right here. Polymorph the Thresh, Polymorph the Thresh. You pressed W.
I W'd on Jhin.
Yeah, you can't flash while polymorph, so that's the key there. Now the Katarina, you're fighting, so follow the Katarina. Stay right behind the Katarina. Watch the Gragas, watch the Gragas. Stay with the Katarina, stay with the Katarina. Don't go forward. Alright, good ultimate. Katarina's your key.
Okay.
Now, I said good ultimate so that you could feel good about that fight, but that's actually not a good ultimate. The reason why is because it's all about the Katarina. It doesn't matter if Renekton dies. Renekton's completely fucking useless.
Yeah, he was dead anyway, so it was useless.
So your team is deciding to stay here. Now the Katarina's low, so you switch to the Jhin as the target. So protect the Jhin. He's now your new target. You're fine here. Holy
no, it's
block.
a fucking minion block.
Wait, but it's a huge bait now. They're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Good. Can you end the game? Yes, maybe? No, you can't.
Yeah, I'm too low.
You're too low. Okay, so your team doesn't need you. Go to Baron, go to Baron, go to Baron. Alone. Go to Baron alone. Go to Baron alone. Go to Baron alone. Go to Baron alone. Bro.
Alone? Oh, Baron alone. Shit, my bad.
Yeah, go to Baron alone. And then sweep it out. And then back. Your team doesn't need your help to do Dragon because they're all fucking dead. So you want to check... Yeah, take that. And then check and kill that one. You can use W for attack speed. Good. Now back. Press B right here. Press B. There you go. So now you have Baron control. Your team doesn't need help doing Dragon. And you can back, get your Ardent, start building towards a Shurelya's.
Oh, shit.
Sure, SHU. There you go. And then the Kindle Gem. Okay? And now run straight to Baron. Run straight to Baron. You can press W on yourself and move faster here. And now the key here is you want to place wards in 3 different spots. You want to place a ward in front of their blue buff. You want to place a ward on the bush where we placed it before, and then 1 ward on the top side bush. So the one here, 1 in front of the blue buff, right in front, right there, and then 1 on the top side bush. That one right there.
Yeah.
Boom. Now you have complete vision control on the Baron. Now you can start it. Auto attack the Baron. Auto attack the Baron. You don't have to zone because not all your teammates are here. Now step to the back side of the Baron. Step to the back side of the Baron. Because if you're in a team fight, you want to be on this side.
Okay.
Now protect the Katarina. Katarina.
Oh, my bad. That's
good. Good. That's fine. You got a kill and a Baron. So now you push forward. Follow the Jarvan. Move to the Katarina. Good ult. Polymorph the Gragas.
I did it.
Nice. That's game over.
I did exactly what you said then before you said it. Feels good. Oh, GG.
Surrender. GG.
Woo. I feel like I didn't play myself as well that game because it was a bit laggy.
Yeah, I know.
Feels good though. Feels good.
That was good. Do you kind of have a feeling now of what like
of the things that I'm doing wrong?
Yeah.
I roam so much more than what you were telling me.
Yep.
Like, I'm never really with someone half the time as well. So
think about it this way: if you roam and your team gets ahead, but your Jhin dies, you gain nothing, right?
Oh shit, that was a ranked game. I didn't fucking notice.
If you don't roam and your team gets ahead and your Jhin doesn't die, you just won the game, which is what happened that game. Now, if you don't roam and your team gets behind, what are the odds you being there wins a fight? Not super high, right? Maybe, but it could also go badly. So to play the odds the best of your ability. You want to make sure that, you know.
Okay, with minions, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I know they're safe, do I just not take any minion experience like whatsoever? Do I just
Only
let
from your
other
AD
people?
carry. You take experience from your AD carry, but
And
you do
that's it.
not take experience from anyone else.
Okay, but if I know my ADC is fine, do I just leave him in lane anyway? Like to get
Uh,
experience?
yes. Usually, what happens is your AD carry is fine.
Yeah.
Then you want to set up vision control, and then go back and help your AD carry push out faster, because
Yeah.
you don't want him sitting in the lane doing nothing.
Okay. See, at the start of that game, I didn't really ward, and I'm curious. Like,
You don't have
obviously,
to.
I don't have your knowledge,
Yeah.
so where would I normally ward?
So okay, here's the thing. You want to ward when you don't know where the enemy jungler is, right?
Okay.
If
But what
the
if-
enemy leashed, then
Yeah.
the jungler is either going to level 2 gank you or not
Yeah.
at all. Okay? So if
At
you're
what
going
time
to
would you
ward
level you gank me though, like 2
like
minutes.
140,
Okay.
so 10 seconds after you get to lane,
So should I ward instantly? Like
you can.
120?
If it's a jungler that does level 2 ganks like Jarvan, Twitch, Camille, Skarner does a level 2 gank. So
Yeah.
like what's he going to do? He's going to run at you,
Yeah,
like
true.
he can't level 2 gank you. So if it's someone that level 2 ganks, 100% put a ward down on that tri-bush the moment you get to lane.
Yeah. Okay.
If it's not someone that level 2 ganks you and you know that they leashed, don't ward. You just wasted a ward. Now, you don't have a ward, and then 3 minutes later when you know the jungler's going to be in your area because they just backed, right? Okay, here's the jungle pathing, right? They're going to start bot, go to top, do something top, back, and go back to bot. So that's about 2 to 3 minutes after you get to lane. So 3 minutes after you get to lane, around 4 to 5 minute mark, they're going to be in the bot side. So that's when you have to ward so that you don't get ganked, right?
Yeah.
But if you ward any other point in time, you just wasted a ward.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, so that's warding. We gotta talk about 2 things that I remembered. The first thing was last hitting under tower is pretty simple. There's 3 different modes to a minion that a AD carry can last hit it at. The first is full HP. The second is 1 tower shot, and the third mode is 2 tower shots, right? So
Okay.
everyone knows that a melee minion takes 2 shots from the tower. And
Yeah, I'm good at last hitting.
you last hit it, right? But as a
Yeah.
support, you're not last hitting jack shit, so your AD carry is. However, you can help him last hit under tower. How do you do that? Well, let me. It's my turn to share my screen.
Okay.
Here you go. So you can see this shit. There you go. Open up Paint, shall we? Okay, here's the box. All right, here's a box, and this is the minion health bar. All right, there's 2 different modes that a tower hits it for a melee minion. So this is melee. That's not how that works. We'll just change it to 72. There we go, perfect. So this is a melee minion, right?
Yep.
Okay, there's a few modes. The first tower shot takes it to about this HP, right?
Yep.
And the second tower shot will take it to about this HP, right? I'm not a great artist, so this is not accurate by any means.
That's fine. I
But
get you.
and then they hit it here, right?
Yeah, you lost it.
But say minions are hitting, so that they won't always be in this mode, right? Because the enemy minions are your minions are fucking it over. So say the tower hits it here, but now the minions brought it to here. This is not a mode where your AD carry can last hit it. So you need to get it from here to here. That's your job. And then now it's in a mode that your AD carry can hit it at.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? That's for melees. And then for I didn't see you doing this, which is why I brought this up. For caster minions, right? It's just one mode.
One hit. Yeah.
No tower shot. And then here. Now your AD carry does this much damage to the minion. So he does not do enough to kill it after 1 tower shot, unless he has BF sword. So before BF sword, he does not do enough damage to kill it. So you have to do this part.
Yep.
And then he can hit it.
Okay.
Now, you don't have to do it after the tower shot. You can actually do it up here. So you hit it first, then the tower shot brings it to here, and then he can kill it. Those are how you last hit minions. There's different modes of health HP, for minion HP, and that's how you do it. That's the first thing
Mm-hmm.
that I remember to talk about. Second thing that we need to talk about is camera control. You're playing on lock screen.
Yeah, I always do it. I've
You
been
don't-
doing it for like
You don't
whole
take it
time.
off. Honestly, at this point, you've hit platinum. I would just keep playing on the lock screen.
Yeah.
But you need to learn how to look at other parts of the map.
Yeah. I feel like I do like look at my map quite a bit. Like I've got a huge map. Like I watched like a YouTube video and they say like they have like did you notice my map?
Yeah,
It's huge, right?
it's pretty big.
Yeah. And I do use it a lot, but yeah. So it gives me some more map awareness.
So there was a couple of times in those team fights where you didn't know what was happening because of your lock
Yeah.
screen.
Okay.
So
Yeah, true.
that issue with that is, one, you either learn how to not use lock screen,
Yeah.
which is pretty hard considering you've been doing it for a year and a half,
Yep.
or two, you learn what is happening in the fight before the fight even happens.
Mhm.
And that's game knowledge. So in those fights, exactly what played out, I could tell you what was exactly going to happen before it happened. That skill is something that you need to develop if you're going to play team fights, because then you know what role you need to play. For example, you ulted Renekton
Yeah.
in that one fight. I could already tell you that he was going to die
Yeah,
no matter
that was
how
a bad,
much you
that
put
was a
onto
bad
him.
one. I did notice that because I remember like I shouldn't ult someone that's gonna die.
If you had ultimate for Katarina, which I told you to play off of,
Yeah.
then you would have wiped the enemy team and ended the game right there. But because you ulted Renekton, the game's dragged on a little bit longer. So that's a small mistake. Now, I think you probably got a pretty good idea of how support plays in the mid-late game. Early game, I'll talk for 2 minutes about this. The reason why we played so safe is because of match up.
Yeah.
That is not the way you play every single game. But because it's a Kai'Sa Thresh against Jhin Lulu, you must play that way to prevent death.
See, I would have poked a lot more, but because I was a bit laggy, I didn't want to risk it.
And even if you weren't lagging, if you poked more and that Thresh lands a hook on you, you just lost
Yeah,
the game.
true.
That's not worth it.
Mhm.
You have to
would've,
kind of
like,
know your win condition.
I would have tried to stay behind minions and just like poke him a lot, but obviously I need to
Yeah.
stay with the Jhin and stay
The
with
reason why that's so scary is because Kai'Sa does more damage than you and Jhin combined.
Yeah.
So, and that's just because she's broken. I actually ban Kai'Sa every single game. You can do that if you want as
Sure.
well. But if you're against a matchup like, say that was an Ezreal, right? The
Yeah.
matchup completely changed. Now you're not nearly as afraid of an all-in, although you still are because Ezreal, they can both jump forward. But you're not nearly as afraid of an all-in. So instead, now what you're looking for is to try and whittle them down and look for some good trades with Jhin and work with him, right?
Yeah.
The most important thing, every single matchup, it does not change. If you and your ally are both full HP and the enemies are both full HP, stay on the same vertical line as your character. Now, the reason, what I mean by that, there's a wall on the bot lane, right? And it looks like, holy shit, what is this? The wall looks like this, right? And it pushes against the wall like this.
Yep.
So say you have a character right here. That means that you need to stand anywhere within these two lines. If you're gonna stand here, that's fine. Stand here, that's fine. But anywhere within this line. If you step back, you can't help poke, pressure, anything. If you stand forward, he can't help you. So stay within these two lines. Unless, if you have a health advantage, if they are very low, or one of their characters is very low, now this line right here moves forward where you can stand. So you can stand within here. If you are low HP, the line goes this way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes
So on full HP, this right here is the mode that you need to stay in. If you're poke them out successfully, you can pressure forward. And if they poked you out, you have to pressure on the backside. That's how that goes.
That makes sense.
And that's why pressuring is so good, because it's not about killing them. It's about pressuring them out of lane. It's all about micro advantages. You get a small advantage, and then you pressure that advantage bigger and bigger.
Yep.
I'll send you a link to my silver coaching session where I talk about that concept a lot.
Sweet.
Where you slowly, it's the high elo playstyle. You take a small advantage and you gain these small advantages and you slowly pressure it forward. You don't look to try and make them make mistakes. You wait for them to make a mistake, and then you make them make more off of that. But you don't make them go from 0 to nothing. You can't do that because then they'll punish you, and that's how you lose. Chess, exactly. Okay, we have 8 minutes left in the session. You have any questions?
Questions. Okay, I didn't buy that refill pot. Was that a big deal?
That's fine because you had no slots open, so the pink wards are fine. But if you had 2 slots open, you should have gone refillable pink ward for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
If you have a slot open, buy refillable. That's the goal. That's the thing.
Okay, sweet. Can't think of much else. Yeah, I was like clueless on knowledge, like game knowledge anyway. So the only thing I was really good at was supporting. So that was it.
You have to know, as a support, you don't have to know the other roles, but you have to know who is your win condition and at what times do they kick in. Before Jin gets 3 items, he's useless as fuck. He doesn't do any damage. So your win condition becomes your Katarina. Your Renekton and your Jarvan are tanks, right? They do damage, but they don't do a lot. So you play around the Katarina.
Yeah. So if someone is carrying, do I still stay with my ADC? But like
until the fight breaks out. Exactly. You've got it down. Basically, you stay with your AD carry to make sure the fucker doesn't die. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Where they wander off into who knows where, and then they just die. You got to prevent their death. Because the AD carry is the easiest person on your team to kill. Any member of the enemy team can 1v1 your AD carry, sometimes even the support. So you want to make sure that you don't let that 1v1 situation ever occur. But the moment a fight breaks out, you say, fuck you, AD carry, I'm helping my carry. And then the moment that team fight ends, back to protecting the AD carry.
Okay, I got it. Got it down. I'll put it into practice.
All right, 6 minutes left. This is your free range question time. So try to see if you can get anything else out of it. Anything else?
Let me have a look.
Any matchups? Any questions you've ever had?
Who's a matchup hate? I always hate Ezreal because he can jump away from my shit like half the time. So if I was like playing a brand, so I always ban Ezreal. Is that like feasible, or should I be banning?
Yeah, absolutely. You ban the person that gives you the most issues. Yep.
Yeah.
For me, no one gives me a lot of issues in the top lane, so I ban Kai'Sa.
Yeah. See, that's with Lulu. I don't really have any problems with. I mean, a very odd time I'll ban Leona, but I don't think she's too hard because as soon as like Leona grabs the ADC, then I just poly the ADC, their ADC.
Your poly timings need a little bit of work. Were either too late or too early. That's probably the most important skill expression on Lulu is when you polymorph the enemy. Okay, here's the thing. You want to polymorph at the beginning if they are a burst character. If they are a sustained damage character, you want to polymorph them after they start ramping up. Because all sustained damage characters do a little bit of damage at the beginning and do vastly more as the fight progresses. But burst characters do everything at once in the beginning and nothing as the fight progresses. So against burst characters, when you're looking to polymorph them, you want to polymorph them immediately so that they can't get their burst off. But against sustained damage characters, you want to let them get a little bit of damage off so that they start ramping up and then shut it down with the polymorph. You did neither of those things. Against the burst character, you polymorph them after they burn their burst. And against the sustained damage characters, you polymorph them at the beginning while they were still useless.
Like, what do you mean by like sustained characters?
So Darius, right?
It's like
Darius does no damage at the beginning of a fight, but as he ramps up through the fight, he's gonna get his Noxian Might.
What about champions like Draven then?
Draven, yeah. So Draven does a lot of damage throughout the fight, but Draven, so the thing is with characters like that, wait for them to be in a bad position to polymorph. You don't want to run forward and polymorph, but the moment they miss position, they push up just a little too far, they overextend themselves, then you polymorph. Polymorphing an enemy does 2 things. It prevents them from doing damage, but it also prevents them from getting away from damage. And polymorph doesn't give them damage reduction. So if the Draven flashes into your team to try and do damage, then you polymorph them, and now he's in range of your mid laner, and your mid laner's like, well, fuck this rabbit. Oh wait, it's Draven. He's dead.
Yeah. So I went that resolve tree, but I didn't really use it. But
you did use it. It saved you. Okay. It did use it. Remember? You got all in under tower, and you survived. That's because of the resolve tree.
Fair enough. I don't think I really have any other questions.
Okay.
Like even though I didn't ward as much, like my vision score is still incredibly high, just because of where we were placed, or where you
Yep.
told me to place them.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's
Oh, let's talk about wards, shall we? Let's do it. You can see my screen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You can see my screen.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's talk about wards. So, you want to place wards down before where you know the fight is going to
I've
happen.
just like fucked this up. What have I done here?
Where you know the fight is going to happen. So if you know that the dragon is coming up in 30 seconds.
Sorry, I've just like split the screen. How do I unsplit it?
What do you mean
like,
split? Just double click on my screen.
What the fuck have I just done? Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, sweet. Okay.
Cause say there's 30 seconds on the dragon, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and your team just reset and their team just reset. So you want to head to this, right? Now, when you're behind and they're going to the dragon, you have to ward what it's called defensively. So you're placing a ward here, you're placing a ward here, and you're placing a ward here. You're basically making sure that you can get there as your team without just getting fucking destroyed because they're ahead of you, right? Now, that's called the defensive ward position. And that, look at where the wards are placed. Do you see? I don't want to tell you what the ward spots are. I want to tell you why they're placed there. Look at these spots. They're entrances to your team's area, right? So that you can get to the area you want to get to without getting fucking jibbed by their assassin or by their AD carry. You know.
What about that bush in like the middle? Because
So this
a lot
is
of people
called.
tend to like camp there, right?
So if you're at this point, you ward here so that you can get to the dragon. If you're even with the enemy team, neither team is in the lead. Do you see this line right here? This is called the median line of the map. You're warding along this line. So let's go ahead and erase everything, shall we? So now you're not behind, you're not ahead. You're even. So the ward spots are here, here, right? And here. You see how they're all on that line?
Yeah.
So that you take control of the river. If you're ahead, I think you probably can figure this out by now. But the ward spots are here, here, and here.
Okay.
See how that moves forward?
Yeah.
Now for the Baron, exact same thing. If you're red side and you're coming to this Baron, you're behind. Your word spots are here, here, and here, right? Or you can move this one up to here, right?
Yeah.
Or
Just
if you're,
just to like double check like my knowledge, like what would the wards be in bot lane, like in just usual, like for the support?
If you're blue side and you're warding against jungler aggression, the spots are here, here, and here. And
okay,
if you're,
so I'd never ward this like second bush here, right?
This one
Unless
here?
like someone no.
This-
Like near that S button or whatnot.
this one?
Near the S. So,
Oh, here.
No. The A and S together. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah, the S, the forward S, like.
Oh, here.
Yeah, I'd never ward that, would I? Unless someone has like TP. Or
You want to ward. Okay, there's two instances where you ward in the bushes in bot lane. You're talking about these bushes right here, right?
yeah.
There's two instances where you ward in the bushes in the bot lane. One, if you have a feeling that the jungler is coming for a lane gank. If they're running it down lane,
Okay.
then you know where they are. Also, some cheeky idiots, the solo laners, the mid laner and the top laner, if they've been missing for a while, place a ward on this bush because they could be coming in for a lane gank on your lane as well.
Yep.
Right? Now, if the jungler is coming in for a lane gank, how do you know that they're coming in for lane gank? You have complete vision control of this, right? Because you placed it all down, right? So you have complete vision control of this. The jungler hasn't shown for a long time. Your jungler is in their top side taking their shit. Where are they going to be? They're going to be right here. So that's when you ward. The second time you ward is when they have a support that needs Fog of War to be effective. Those supports are Leona, Alistair, Thresh, Blitzcrank, Pike, people that can engage on top of you.
Yeah.
Those are the people. So if you have those and they're sitting in that bush, place a ward in it, they lose 80% of their effectiveness. Or if you're getting ganked. Those are the two times you ward in those bushes. Now, if you're red side and in early game wards, this is where you've already gotten your sightstone, right? You want to ward here, you want to ward here, and you want to ward here. Those are your three spots. Now, if you're behind and you can't get into their jungle, it's the same exact idea.
Wait, so if I was on red side, that's where I'd be warding, right?
If you're ahead,
Yeah,
you ward here, here, All right. Now, if you're behind, same thing. It's along this median line, so you're even now, right? So here, 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 and then if you're behind, you shift the ward line back. So now you ward here, here, here. It's entrances. It's all about entrances.
Yeah.
If you see them coming in, you know where they are. You don't have to see them. All right. And it's 3:02, and we'll wrap it up there. I hope that was a useful session for you.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, and that's the end of this one.